I wish I could say that this wasn't a hotel room and that I was home. Let's start at the beginning.
Can I take a video?
So I'm in Chicago, O'Hare. I did get some coffee, a little Dunkin' iced coffee. A 5-hour layover in Dallas and then off to home. So I woke up and my dad and I walked and got Starbucks, and then we came back. We drank our Starbucks at the hotel, packed up. My parents were leaving from a different airport a little bit later than I was, and I had to go to New Jersey. So I walked over to Grand Central Station, and then I hopped on a bus, and I had to pay $26 for this bus ticket to take me all the way to New Jersey. And the ride was fun. It was good. I didn't mind it. Got through security in like 15-20 minutes, super quick. Went to the bathroom and found my gate, sat down, and I had a couple hours to kill, like 2. So that was good, and we left, no problem. Landed in Dallas, Fort Worth, right around 3:15. Once I found my gate, I knew I was gonna be hungry. So I went looking around the airport, trying to find something to eat, and I walked around for like, I don't even know, maybe an hour. And I got to the point where I was shaking because I was so hungry, and I just needed to eat something quick. So the first thing I saw when the shaking started was Smash Burger. Never had Smash Burger before, but I got a burger. They didn't give me any napkins, so as you can see from this clip, I had burger grease and mayonnaise running all over my hands. It was kind of a messy meal, but I ate it in like 3 minutes. I mean, I just stuffed it down because I was so hungry and I needed food. And then after that, I kind of wandered around the airport for a while. I ate at about 4:30, so I had been at the airport for around an hour, and that was fine. And again, after I ate, I kind of walked around. I charged my phone a bit. I wasn't really doing much, listening to music, almost falling asleep in the middle of the airport. But around 6:50, I think it was 6:45, I got word that my flight was delayed an hour. So boarding went from like 7:30, I think, to 8:30. And then all of a sudden, about 20 minutes later, canceled. Whole flight canceled. And I was very upset. So I tried to reschedule it on my phone. And I thought it said 8:55. Well, that's all I saw was 8:55, so I clicked it, thinking it was later, even though if one was canceled, why would it be the same day? Turns out it was for Sunday night, 8:55 p.m. the next day. So then I was like, oh my gosh, I had to travel all the way to the B terminal, and my original flight was supposed to board again at like 7:30, 7:40, I think. And so I went over and I got in line at the American Airlines. Not a sponsor, definitely not a sponsor of this trip. The help desk, the customer assistance, and I waited in it for about a half hour, and I looked back at the end of the line. I couldn't see the end anymore, and I heard a lady say, a worker say to someone who was in line about where I had started at, I heard her say it was gonna be about a 2.5 hour wait. And I had been in there a half hour, maybe 45 minutes. And it was at least an hour and a half that I sat there in line to try to get a new flight. So I was on my phone. Eventually my phone died. Then I was on my laptop in line, trying to schedule a new one. that was earlier in the day. This was Saturday, and I was trying to get one that was not Sunday evening, but like Sunday morning. Finally, I got on one that was supposed to leave at 10:30. Great, that's fine. I knew I'd have to get a hotel or something. I was hoping they would give me a hotel, and they did not. I had to pay for this. Because I guess when it was cancellations due to weather, they said they don't book hotels for people. Which sucks. At this point, I'm like 2 people away from line. I've changed my flight. It's just like a 3-hour flight. So I'd get into Boise around 2 p.m. Boise time. Is that right? I don't know. I don't even remember the details of that flight. Because I got to the counter and I was gonna just ask about a hotel or even a rental car or something. And he said, well, I can put you on an 8:30 a.m. flight. And I said, even better. Sweet, let's do it. So he puts me on that, gets me my new boarding pass, and I get off and I go sit down because my phone's dead to charge it. And I'm sitting there and it's not charging. So I was like, okay. Finally, it turns on. No, actually it hadn't turned on yet. I was looking at my flight details on my computer when all of a sudden, me realizing that my flight got canceled yet again for the 3rd time. I'm lost. Couldn't find the shuttle to the hotel I had to get. I think that's the sign I'm looking for the airport shuttle. I mean the hotel shuttle. And with that, I'm in a hotel room. It's more of a motel. It's got the exterior, not the interior. It looks pretty nice. It's got vaulted ceilings. Look at this. Whoa. Crazy. But it's not bad. I have you propped up on a Dunkin' Donuts iced cup from earlier. So I have something to explain. I wish I could say that this wasn't a hotel room and that I was home, but it's not. Let me walk you through the last the whole day, honestly. Let's start at the beginning. My new flight was also canceled. So the 8:30 a.m. Sunday canceled as well. But I'm gonna take this opportunity to get some rest. At this point, I have a flight that they auto booked me. Not for tomorrow, but for Monday at 6 a.m. So that's not ideal because I'd like to be back tomorrow. I'd really like to be back tomorrow. We'll see if it can happen. I'm really hoping that I can just get back tomorrow, and otherwise find something to do. Have to book another night of a hotel room, which is fine. It was $88 for one night, which is not terrible. Not great that I have to spend that money. So we'll see. For now, I'm gonna get some sleep. There is a continental breakfast included. So that is great. At least I get that. I don't have to buy breakfast. I'll have to buy lunch and dinner, which I had to do today in the airports. So that's not great. But it's okay. I'll get home eventually. But yeah. love y'all. Have a good night. I'll see you in the morning. Good morning. I'm about to head down to breakfast. I did, as long as it doesn't get canceled, get on a flight today that leaves at 12:30 and lands in Idaho at 2:45, I think. So, there we go. There's something. Let's hope it doesn't get canceled. Let's look outside. I mean, it's still pretty gray outside, but not necessarily storming anymore, which is good. So hopefully things won't be getting canceled. But I'm gonna stop by the lobby, get some breakfast, then figure out when the shuttle can take me to the airport. Also, it was not continental breakfast, it was barely anything. Help. I got myself a Slurpee because I had points on my 7-Eleven app, which we don't have 7-Eleven in Idaho, so I used those points. Out of oat milk.